friends, welcome back to my channel. Sass here. I'm here for another recap of 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. Sorry for being a day late. I ran into some technical difficulties, not on my part, but on YouTube's part. The video that's supposed to have been up yesterday, oh my God, the processing. It was like 2 hours into processing. I was like, okay, let me scrap it. Let me go ahead and, redo things. And then it says, 45 minutes. I was like, great. Then when it was time to process, it had been processing again for 2 hours. I said, forget it. Forget it. I just said, that's it. So here I am doing a whole totally different video, which is great because the other video, the lighting was off and, but this one, honey, breaking news. Not Kaka Bendo when he got arrested. I'll talk about that in a minute, child. I'll talk about that in a minute. But first, let's talk about Ella. Now, for some reason, I want to call this girl Ellie, but it's Ella. And we know that Ella and Johnny are having their problems. Johnny is in China. He's worried about the C-19. He has not made it over to Idaho or Dubai. So Ella feels like that Johnny is stalling, that Johnny don't want to be with her, that Johnny don't want to come over to the United States, even though Johnny has gave valid reason as to why he can't come over here. But Ella sees the pandemic as an excuse. And when they were filming this, I believe it was either 2020 or 2021, he had valid reason. But Ella, she's not selfish at all. So 90 Day Fiance producers, y'all ain't shit. Y'all had Ella outside with the little breeze, honey. She done got all red up in the face. It was warm outside. And then you had the nerve to have her sit on a tree stump. Whose idea was that? Was that Ella's? Ella, why you sitting on a tree stump? Why didn't you have this conversation inside like you usually do? You outside in the heat. So Ella says, you know what? I'm sick of Johnny. I'm sick of his excuses. I'm sick of him hurting me. So she said she called a friend over just to talk about her love woes. Well, one thing led to another. She said that the friend, her good friend, her supportive friend, it went from talking about Johnny to cuddling, to having sex. Before I go into telling Ella about herself, if you are an Ella fan, please leave. Please leave, because she ain't getting no love over here. I don't want to hear nothing about feeling sorry for her. Nothing. So Ella, your man that you so-called up this whole season, I love him, I love him, I love him. But then this leads to you cheating. You're a cheater. All of this to it. And then she had the nerve to say, I need to be touched. I need affection. I need for a man to touch me. Girl, you better go out there and touch one of them cows. Go out there and talk to one of them livestock animals. You don't go and cheat on your man and then use the excuse that you need physical touch. We all need physical touch. And it's not like Johnny did not give you a reasonable explanation. His excuses were valid. They're not even excuses. It was life. But you weren't talking about you need physical touch. Shut up. You got in your room all them toys and gels and wigs. Touch those. So Johnny was like, oh. Johnny did not yell. Johnny did not scream. Johnny didn't call her a harlot. Johnny didn't call her a floozy. Johnny didn't tell her to go somewhere and run on hot coals. Johnny didn't say all that. In fact, Johnny put all the blame on himself. I said, what? Johnny said that the reason why she cheated is because he wasn't there to fulfill her needs. And he took full responsibility. And here is Ella. I was like, oh God. I was like, is that my ears? Of course, she got the cry, stop flying, talking about that she knows that he's hurt. I didn't want to do it. I wish Johnny would have cussed her out, and it would have been valid. Doing all that screaming, doing all that cry, stop flying when you out here cheating. And who is this close friend that was just so ready to sleep with you in your time of need? Emma, go somewhere and sit down. Go somewhere and sit down. I don't want to hear nothing she got to say. In fact, this whole cast needs to be thrown away. Let's move on. Let's talk about Geno and Jasmine real quick, child. Now, as we seen Geno and Jasmine, healthy, happy, and loved. Done met the mama, Jasmine was happy. Geno done asked the mother for permission to marry Jasmine, Jasmine was happy. Boy, what a day make. Now Jasmine mad. Jasmine is in the gym working out and she's pissed. Okay? Geno says that she's upset about something. He don't know what. But her mood is off. Here's Geno going into the gym where Jasmine is working out. And so here's Jasmine. Oh my God. The Geno. Why is he here? I told him I need him a space. Geno. Ugh. Jasmine was like, why are you in here? I told you I didn't want to be around you right now. I needed my space. And so Geno was like, I just came to check on you. And another thing, I am so tired of seeing Geno in them same blue shorts and Jesus sandals. I'm sick of Geno, y'all. He don't look hygienic. I'm sorry. So, break it down. Jasmine says that she got an email. I got an email, Geno. And guess what the email said? The email said that they would leak my nudes. They will be all over the internet, Geno. Do you know what that means, Geno? Having my tits out there in the public for the whole world to see. It's your fault. Who do you think sent them, Geno? Who do you think sent them? So Geno, he done got the twitching job. So she's saying that there's only 3 people that got the tit pics. Herself, Geno, and the ex. So she says that she thinks that the ex is the anonymous person and is threatening, blackmailing her about leaking the pictures. Geno says, I don't think she would do that. You know, I don't think that my ex would leak any pictures. Of course, Jasmine didn't want to hear that. No, goes. Back to the ex. Taking her side. So Jasmine said, I don't even want to be around you, Geno. Just leave me alone, Geno. So here it is. Jasmine is back to being upset because of A, the pictures. B, she said Geno's lying. Geno keep lying. Geno is not telling the whole truth. So she's feeling some type of way about that. She's finding it hard to forgive him. Girl, you should have went through. Oh. So now, they're And Jasmine says, I want to see your phone. Gino said, my phone? My phone? Let me see your phone. What are you lying about, Gino? You hold it secret. So, here is Gino handing off the phone to Jasmine. Jasmine's going through the phone. And in Gino's phone, in his email, he have them organized. And he has a folder called Trips, honey. I said, who keeps emails from 2014? So here Jasmine just so happened to run across an email that he went on a trip to Legoland back in 2014. And she said, Gino, what is this? What's a Legoland? And he says, what? What Legoland? And he says, that's the trip, that's the old trip. That was back in 2014, honey. He got moving and twitching, that eye going this way, the other one going that way. I said, Lord, have mercy. What in Legoland? So, she's looking at it, and she says, who went with you? And he says, I can't lie now. My ex. Oh, your ex! Those are your ex! Went to Legoland. You a liar, Gino. So Jasmine says that you're a liar. Why didn't you tell me? Blah, blah, blah. Now, see, it really escalated before that when Gino could talk about, what did he say? Would you like to get your lashes done? Your eyebrows done? I said, Lord, have mercy. So, Gino says, and then she was like, you're a liar. I can't trust you. And she was like, oh. And so Gino, honey, he had enough. Gino said, you expect me to remember something 8 years ago? Well, I think he said 6 years ago. So this was in 2020. You expect me to remember something that happened 6 years ago? I don't. We went on the trip. You told me, Gino, that you went to Disneyland and to the Upper Michigan. He said, I can't remember everything. Yes, me and my ex went to Legoland. I forgot. I can't remember. She said, oh, you forgot to Legoland. He said, do you remember where you was 6 years ago? She said, yes. I remember everything. I remember when I was born. I remember when I had my first bottle. I remember when I walked the first time. I remember when I split the atom. Listen, I remember everything because I'm Jasmine. So Gino said, well, I don't. And honey, Gino said, man, F this. He got up, the chair done went back. It was a hard knock. So Gino, you know, he storms off. Jasmine is sitting there with them evil look. And 90 Day Producers, again, y'all ain't nothing because y'all start playing that sinister music when Gino was getting mad. I was just waiting for Mike Myers to come out with a knife. So Gino, he's upset. He goes off and he was like, man, F this. F this. So that's that for Gino and Jasmine. Let's move on. All right, y'all. Breaking news, honey. Kaka bija. Honey, he done got arrested. Now, according to TMZ, being arrested, 90-day fiance Ben Rathbun busted for drunk driving probation violation. Now, when they broke this story, it seemed like that he had, gotten arrested for OUI, operating while under the influence of alcohol. They said that Rathbun was booked early Tuesday morning for OUI and driving with a suspended license. Okay. I know Ben, not preacher Ben, out there drunk and riding dirty. license, child. God don't like that. Now, come to find out that the drunk driving and the driving without a license, although a suspended license, was an old charge. They updated it to 10:11 a.m. Pacific. Turns out Rathbun's OUI and suspended license arrest was back in 2020. But he was sentenced in January of 2021 to 18 months probation. We're told Rathbun was scheduled for a probation violation hearing on February the 7th. But he did not appear and the judge issued a bench warrant. We're told Tuesday's booking was an arrest stemming from the bench warrant linked to the original OUI charge. So he was not recently arrested for drunk driving. He's arrested because he didn't show up for his court date on February the 7th. So they issued a warrant on his ass and he done got booked. Ben, I want to need for you to stop. You 50-something years old and you can't get your license renewed. You can't show up for court on time, and then you done got arrested all the way back from a 2020 charge. Did God put that on your heart? God didn't put that on your heart, Ben. You're too busy running around here with 22-year-olds. You're taking care of your responsibilities. Child, let's get into Ben. That mess. So we have Mahogany. She's getting ready to go to breakfast. And of course, nothing is going on between her and Ben. We already know she don't like that man. So she says that Ben sent her a dissertation of their relationship. She said that it was text after text after text after text after text. And she said, I didn't even bother reading it. She said, child, I went to bed. She said, I didn't bother reading that. She said it was uncomfortable. It was just too much. Hopefully, this is the conversation we can have at breakfast, because if he would have something to say that is linked in a text, we can have this in person. So she goes to breakfast, and who's there? Her parents. Honey, her parents are sitting right there, and she was like, oh. So her parents said, listen, we just want to meet up. We want to, talk to Ben and just see where everything is. And so she was like, well, we'll see. He's supposed to be coming down. No Ben. So they sitting there, they're waiting. No Ben. So they sitting there and they're waiting. No Ben. So here is Mahogany, didn't respond to Ben's dissertation. Here's Ben back in his room packing, and his feelings are hurt because Mahogany did not respond to his 10-page thesis. Ben, listen, I wouldn't have read that either. I'm sorry. Ben said that since Mahogany was questioning him about his past and his ex-wife, he thought that he would go into detail by text what happened. And he said it was a 10-page text. No, I wouldn't have read that mess either. Honey, if you have something to say it to me. Don't be sending me in no text. I don't even like 4 lines of text. You think I'm going to read a 10-page mess? The ramblings of a 50-something-year-old man? So he said she didn't respond. She didn't respond to my text, so I feel like that she's shut off. She's closed off. She's not engaged. You think so, Ben? You think so? So Ben says that he knows that God has put it on his heart about Mahogany. That's who God sent her for him. The ramblings of a 50-something-year-old man. Throw the whole cast away. Meanwhile, Mahogany and the parents are sitting there. He ain't responding. He ain't showing up. And then they got a nerve to say, it's not really respectful to keep us hanging. Where the respect at? You mean we sitting here waiting for you and you don't even show up? That's not very respectful. Oh, Mahogany. Hello? Hello? Did you hit your head the night before? Because, see, you stood him up at the airport. You had him waiting at that restaurant for hours. You know about standing people up. You have ghosted him so many times. And here you are talking to your parents about being respectful and not showing up. Shut up. So, Ben says that he's going to see where things are going. If not, he's going to go home. But he's going to give it one more chance. I wish they'll leave me alone. I'm tired of Ben. I'm tired of Mahogany. Let's move on. Memphis and Hamza. This is going to be short and sweet. Real short and sweet. I'm not going to go into y'all, this is going to be short and sweet, okay? So we have Memphis. 2 days. And it's time to get married. Meet me at the altar in your white dress. Hey, what y'all know about it? So it's time to get married. She got 2 days to marry Hamza. So Hamza's mom wants to have a one-on-one with her, talk to her, see where her head is at, what's going on. So they got the translator. And so Hamza's mom said that she feels like since Memphis has the ex and Hamza goes over to the United States, is there going to be any conflict? Is my boy going to be in any danger? And Memphis says absolutely not. Me and my ex are good. He don't get in my business. I don't get in his. The only time we communicate or have any type of, conversation is when it comes to the kids. Hamza ain't got nothing to worry about, child. So then, Mama Ham want to talk about Memphis's, childhood and, why is she so upset with the childhood? What's going on? And so Memphis, she says, well, I had some childhood trauma. We all know that Memphis's mom had been battling addiction. Memphis says that when she was little, her and her mom, was homeless. And, she had some trying times. And it had some traumatic times. But she's made it through, honey. She's made it through. She's doing good for herself. That's all Mama Hamza need to worry about. Don't worry about the past. Okay? Listen, I'm doing well now. As well as I can do, child. So child, honey, Mama Hamza was like, how would this affect my son? Why she say anything like that? Memphis had enough. Then Memphis flipped the script. Memphis said that, let me tell you something. I said, uh-oh. She said, let me tell you something. Honey, did you see the translator? The translator was like this. I'm going to have to translate this, right? Okay, let me tell you something. Memphis said, let me tell you something, okay? I have been very patient. And I'm going to be as respectful as I can. But don't you come over here with no mess. Okay? I'm good. I'm a nurse practitioner. I got children. I take care of them children on my own. And Hamza going to be just fine. Don't you worry about Hamza and me. Okay? Don't you worry about my childhood trauma, my past. Think about the present. I was like, Lord, have mercy. And she said, you understand what I'm saying? So here's the translator. So Mama Hamza was like, okay, I get it. So then conversation was going back and forth and Memphis starts crying. Memphis starts crying and she basically just said, I love your son. I want to marry your son. I love your son. And so when the waterworks came, Mama Hamza got to crying. They done got to hugging. And it was good. It was time for them to go shopping for a dress for the wedding. And so she was putting on different, outfits. One of the outfits was like pants and she couldn't walk in it. She looked like a mommy, and people, Mama Hamza and the sister was laughing, and Memphis's mom was on FaceTime, and Memphis's mom was like, girl, take it off. Enough for the games. So anyway, she found her a nice little pants. I know it's probably not called a pantsuit traditionally, but it was real nice. It was white dress pants, fit Memphis perfect because Memphis is short. They fit her perfect, had a cute little top to go with it with something over. So very, very nice, and that's the one that she chose. Memphis looked good in that outfit, real good. So now it's time for the prenup BS. 2 days before this wedding, and she's still worried about the prenup. So she goes and she talks to a lawyer, and the lawyer was like, girl, let me just tell you this. It's not going to happen in 2 days. It's not going to happen. There are rules and regulations. There are laws. And in Michigan, Hamza has every right to have an attorney look over that prenup before he signs it. That is law. I suggest that you wait. If you still want to get married in 2 days, you can have a post-nuptial, which means it won't have the same effect as a prenup, but you'll have something in place. And so here's Memphis. Oh my goodness. 2 days, no prenup, but if I get the post-nuptial, I will hurt my children. Hey, Memphis, the nurse practitioner, why didn't you get all this arranged before you went over there? Why? Now 2 days and it's a prenup that you can't get. So then she gets upset. She goes back, and instead of talking to Hamza about this, her fiance about this, 2 days before they get married, she says that she has to go check into a hotel to think about some things. Memphis, go somewhere and sit down. And if you're just going for overnight, why are you packing all those clothes? She had about 8 outfits in that bag. So Hamza is like, where are you going? Why are you going to a hotel? She was like, no, Hamza, I just need to go to a hotel and think. He said, think about what? What is there to think about? I'm here, what? I just need to think. And then she says that if she stays there, that Hamza may persuade her to do something. Girl, shut up, Memphis. Attention seeking. Let's move on. Y'all, let's talk about Kim. Let's talk about Kim and Usman, child. Not need mad, y'all. She mad. Usman had no business going into that room. Usman had no business sleeping with her. None. This is what happens. So we have Kim. Kim's upset about Usman. She says she loves Usman. Usman says that he loves her, but it's just a big mess. And of course, she wants more out of this relationship. But she feels like that Usman brought her over there, being deceptive. Using him. Didn't tell him about Zara and the Zara of the world. Girl, that's your stupidity for believing that mess. The Zaras of the world. Shit. So she's talking to her friend, and, it's time to talk to Usman about this and this big fight. So they're on the beach. Usman is sitting there, and so Kimberly was like, listen, I don't know where we are. You done wrote a whole song about another woman. About a woman that you loved. And you lied to me, about it. And so Usman was like, well, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to do? What is it that you want? And she was like, what is it that you, me. And so he was like, you're upset over nothing. Kimberly says, let me have that necklace, soldier boy. So she talks about what went into that necklace, the time, the effort, the care, being thoughtful. A lot went into it. It cost her $49 to get that sent here, there, everywhere. And you don't appreciate it. She said, do you know what I had to go through to make this perfect for you? And she said, how much time did you put into this trip here? How much time did you think? How much, thoughtfulness? How much thought went into this trip that you sent me on? How much thought? With a straight face, Usman said, nothing. Not a damn thing. So that touched her spirit. And Kimberly says, what? Nothing. Oh, okay. All right. You ain't getting this cheap necklace back. You ain't getting it back. You ain't getting none of this no more. None of this. You ain't getting none of it. So then she used the, manipulation, blackmailing, hey, if you don't do this for me, if you don't show me some affection and attention, if you don't tell me you're my boyfriend, I'm out of here. I'm leaving. You're going to have to prove something to me. Prove it, or I'm leaving, And so he was like, boy. So he starts laughing. And she said, you find this funny? You find this funny? He was like, yep. And so she took the water and threw it in his face. Don't they get tired? Don't y'all get tired, you Nigerian men who always talk about Nigerian women are submissive? Submissive. But see, you dealing with the hard-faced Kimberly, honey, not me. She ain't being submissive. You got water thrown in your face. You done been screamed upon. He said, this reminds me of my first wife. Ex-wife. Honey, I bet you baby girl Lisa's just sitting back looking at it like this. So Kimberly is cross, not flying, honey. Her knees are knocking. She's pigeon-toed. She is upset. So she goes back to the room. Kimberly said, that's it. She said, I'm packing my stuff. She said, I don't have to take this mess. She said, I'm going to book me a flight. I'm out of here. I'm so hurt. I thought he loved me. I'm hurt. So here's Usman. He's talking about his side of the story. He done go inside of the hotel room and he was like, what do you want me to do, Kimberly? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? How can I fix this? Why you throw water up in my face? So Kimberly said, listen, you tell me what I want to hear. You tell me you love me. You tell me you want to spend the rest of your life with me. You tell me that everything about me is boom, boom, boom. Tell me something. You're going to have to prove it to me. You're going to have to show me. You're going to have to wine and dine me. He was like, what? She says, if you don't show me how much you love me, if you don't prove it to me, she said, I'm catching the next flight out. I'm leaving. And baby, Usman said, safe flight. Usman said, take your feet to the street, honey. Safe flight. And honey, that again touched Kimberly's spirit. She said, safe flight. Safe flight. Safe flight. Forget him. I'm booking it right now. Shut up, Kimberly. Shut up, girl. If you think that I'm going to sit here and feel sorry for any of these cast members, I don't. I don't. You're a grown woman. woman with a grown son out there with a 30-something-year-old man and you 50-something. Sit down. You have made yourself look embarrassed ever since you came there, Kimberly, and now you are begging. I have never met so many grown people begging for someone to sleep with them, to love them, and then you threaten to leave. Usman should have left, stupid. Let's move on. Last and certainly least, speaking of sad, pathetic, begging like Keith Sweat, let's talk about Mike and Mina. Now, we already know how I feel about Mike. I don't feel a bit sorry for him. None whatsoever. You're getting what you deserve. Bald-headed, scallywag fool. Especially what the information I know. The N-word, I ain't forgot. So, we have Mike looking and sounding ridiculous. So he's with Mina, and we already know how Mina feels about him. His homegirl done translated it for him. And so he says, Mina, is this over? Mina, is this over? Are we done? I'm done. You want your space? You can have your space. And so Mina was like, now wait a minute now. I need to pay my rent. I got that rent-a-center bill coming up. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see. Wait a minute. See, my light bill. Okay. Rent's coming. The youngest needs some new shoes. Okay, let me stretch this out for 2 more weeks. Okay. No, I don't want you to leave. Okay, I don't want you to leave. Let's work this out. So here is Mike, his pathetic self. Mike was like, okay, let's see what we can do. Let's try to work this out. Meanwhile, his homegirl with the good sense calls back and says, Mike, you need to leave. I'm here to tell you she don't like you. She don't like you. She don't love you. She's using you. She said that you are disgusting. She's disgusted by you, Mike. You got to go. Leave. So here's Mike, confused. Now your homegirl is telling you these things because you asked her to translate. She's telling you this. But let's forget about the homegirl, Mike. Mina told you this. Why are you shocked? Mina told you that you are clingy, that you stare at her weird, that you are a slob, and you're disgusting. Mina told you that. But now all of a sudden, this is news to you. So Mina, she's hearing all this, and Mina was like, "Who? That's your friend? You tell your gossipy, nosy friend to get off the phone. I ain't got nothing for you. You talking about me? You talking about the friend said I'm talking about you." So they got words. So Mike get off of the phone and he says, I don't know what to do. So Mina, she reeled him back in real nice, didn't she? She starts smiling, touching him, sweet things. And so Mike says, okay, all right, we'll work it out. I'll stay for 2 weeks. And she was like, yes, you're getting new shoes, boys. I may not get my tits, but I'm going to have my bills paid. So Mike says, we're going to sleep together, right? Oh, did y'all see the look on her face? The look of disgust. She says, oh, God. She threw up in her mouth a little bit. Because she knew after all of what she has said, and she needs that rent paid, she needs them bills paid, the baby boy need new shoes, she's going to have to sacrifice herself. So she was like, I'm going to have to sleep with this man. I'm going to have to sleep with him. Let me pop myself. And guess what, y'all? After all that, they had sex. And not only that, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, did Mike say that they had sex in the kids' bedroom? He said, guess who got lucky? Me. Oh, Mike, so sad. Have to beg to get laid from your fiance. Your friends tried to tell you. Your dad tried to tell you. Your grandfather tried to tell you. But you're still over there looking like a fool on a stool. So, Mike and Mina, they did the do. It's time to go out. Okay, everything is good. They went out, they going out on a date. And so then Mike is asking about the wedding. What type of wedding do you want? What's going to happen with the wedding? And so Mike says, listen, just small. Family and friends. And so Amina said, your friend ain't coming. The big mouth heifer, the gossipy girl, she ain't coming. She better not darken any doorway over here. You know my past. I had hit men after me. Don't tell her to come over here. And so Mike was like, listen, okay, I didn't think that she would say all that. I didn't think that she was going to add extra. I just told her to translate. Mike, that's what she did. She translated. She told you what's up. You don't want to listen. And now your feelings is going to get hurt. You're going to get heartbroken again. And Mina has already told you she don't love you. But you still not listening just because you got you a little bit of boom, boom, boom. Again, I don't feel sorry for Mike. Not one bit. I don't feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for Ella. I don't feel sorry for... Stupid asses. Oh my God, this is so long. I had a lot to talk about, child. That's it. Y'all know what to do. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends. Bye.